Welcome back to The Compressor Guru with Scott. Today, Bud, Scott, and the Guru are putting the cylinders on a 15T. But partway through, Bud does something wrong. Watch closely, and there will be a prompt on the screen when you can make a guess in the comments about what he did wrong that the Guru needs to make right. We fast forward a lot in this episode, but it does not come close to the time it takes to do the setup for working on a pump that is so big you have to calculate every move. Partly because Bud's getting too old and has too much arthritis. Now here's the Compressor Guru with Scott.
Hammer and drift. Thank you. About 90 degrees and hold it. Hold it right there. Hold it. Turn it down a little more. Good, right there. You can let go. Okay, roll it back down. Good, right there, right there, good. Should have heated this.
To have your face in this picture. That one has your face in it.
In there, right place. The most important thing about what we're going to do right now
Just don't forget the gasket.
Don't forget the gasket. So,
Been there, done that.
the gasket is in place.
So I need your chair here for a little bit, right? No, I don't have a chair. You have to have a chair to do this. What's that thing for? With the wheels? It's a longshoreman arm. I'll show you later. I was wondering that when you moved it. It's called a longshoreman arm. Okay. It allows you to move pallets, but not the forklift. Yeah, or not really pallets.
Okay. The gasket's in place. We have figured out the dipper is going to go to the bottom of the tank. If the dipper was going this way, it would make one revolution, hit the side, and break. So let's start down, Scott. I gotta sit down so I can see what I'm doing. Oh! Ooh, that could have been bad. On down, on down, on down, slow. One more down. Right there. down a little more. There we go. Okay, wait.
So that just slid right on there.
That's right. Okay, that's it. Okay, let me down, Scott.
Well, I hope I didn't let you down yet.
Not so far. You've aggravated me a time or two, but we've worked that out, haven't we? You made me happy today, Scott. Down a little bit. Hold it, hold it, hold it. We're loose. We're against the friction on the piston rings. Okay, you gotta go up.
Yep.
Scott got here at 13 till 11 today.
Ah.
Made my day. And we went to work at 10 till. Well, I wasn't going to make you stand around and not get paid. I thought, he's here, we'll work.
Let Scott to do that other one and start it in.
Yes. Okay, let her down. Okay, so you can roll that back out of the way now.
Oh, watch your hook.
Go ahead. Good. So, Scott, come here. You're still working. Push down. There we go. Get a 3/4 wrench out of the top box and wind those down. Folks, it's that easy, but you have to have the right equipment. We have a big cherry picker. I think you've seen it before. And that cherry picker, we've lifted a 2-ton engine with it, with the boom pulled all the way in. And if you have the right equipment, this isn't a bad job. By the way, I built that cherry picker, me and my dad. So when you don't have any money, you build stuff. 3/4. When you don't have any money, you build stuff.
So the gasket is on.
The gasket is on. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put my bits here. And this is the easiest one of the three, or it should be. Okay, I'm gonna sit down, you're gonna run that. Down. Whisker more. There we go, we're on.
Now why is that one easier?
Because we didn't have to block it and
Oh, I thought you meant it was easier to go on the little thing in there. Okay.
no, it just, we have a system.
We
Okay,
do.
bring it down. Down, down,
Eyes
down.
up there. And off the hook, and that was our problem.
Hold. Hold.
We made the crankcase look almost new.
Scott did that. Start that one.
It's a beautiful day outside, folks.
Too hot. You might like it if you're a snake.
But I hear those birds swinging and singing. They're having a good time.
Let her down. Okay. Wind them in, Scott.
Well, mighty guru, do you have any words of wisdom for us now?
Yeah. This episode is going to be condensed down to half hour, 45 minutes, I don't know. But Scott and I have been doing prep work in here for 3.5 hours now, or at least 3 hours. So what you're seeing here is the gravy. This is the how to finish it work. This is not the everything you have to do to prepare. Like it took us a little time to turn the crankcase on its side to have it level to put the high pressure piston in. Everything takes a little bit of time to do setup, and we don't show that to you. We show you the actual work and how it's supposed to happen. But if you're going to rebuild one of these for a friend, the estimate on this is 24 to 35 hours. And you're going to go, wait a minute, we saw you tear it down. Wait a minute, we saw you put the crank in. That was a total of 45 minutes on camera, an hour on camera. The teardown and evaluation was actually 5 hours for both machines. So teardown and evaluation on one machine would have been 2.5 hours. Folks, what you see here is not all that it takes. Folks, we're very honest with you. One of the things that disgusted me one time, I was watching a show about a couple British guys buying and selling cars. And he says, all we have to do is change out vibration dampener. He showed you the puller, and then he showed you the vibration dampener on the ground. Folks, if you've ever pulled a vibration dampener off a V8 Chevy, you know it just doesn't happen like that. We try to be honest with you by showing you all the actual bolt turning and, you know, some of the monotonous work we'll fast forward through, but we show you all the actual work. What we don't show you is washing the parts and all the mundane things like getting this set over on a side so we can easily put it in. You wanted words of wisdom? 24 to 35 hours to rebuild this machine. When we get to our last episode in this series, we'll let you know what it is. Moving on, we got one more cylinder to go today. Why are we going back apart? Because Bud screwed up and the guru has to fix it. Folks, on the low pressure cylinders, the intake is larger than the discharge. This goes in the discharge and it helps the intercooler connect to the other intercooler or to the other cylinder. And Bud, in his haste, did not make sure these went on correctly. So,
But he didn't forget the gasket.
He didn't forget the gasket, but Bud screwed up. Now the guru has to fix it. Take her up. Good. That's it. And because the rings are staggered, we're not going to screw up the rings. We're going to spin the cylinder, not on the piston. We're going to spin the cylinder, piston, and everything.
Ah.
This is called indexing, and I screwed up. Turn it 180 degrees, Scott. 180 degrees. That's 90. 180. Okay, go back down. me down somehow, would you, Scott? Try to let me down, would you?
I hate to do this to you, Scott. Can you take one step to your right? There you go. You sure you turned the right way?
Yes.
Okay.
Down. Whoop. There we go. We're in now. These are on down.
Ease on down. I'm sorry. Ease on down the road.
Hold on. We gotta get raised to slide. Ease her on down. Ease her on down. Ease her on down. There we go.
Now step to your right.
Hold it. Down. Wait. Down. Down. Good. Hold.
So you say it's completely off the hook.
Oh. Dangerous. Don't get a finger in there. The other side. Crank her on down, Scott. Okay, so now very gently flip it back over on the bottom. Do not let it get away from you because there's going to be weight on this side. So when it flips this way, make sure it doesn't tumble to the floor.
Oh yeah.
Scott's good about doing stuff right if he knows what to do.
Yeah.
And him having a teachable spirit is one of the reasons he keeps coming back. Because if you didn't have that teachable spirit, I'd have used you a couple of times and went, nope, can't waste my time on that young man. I'm not wasting my time with you. You're doing good. And if anybody tells you that other than me, God bless them. I don't know. Okay, now we have enough weight on this side. It doesn't want to fall over on the crankshaft, does it?
No, not really.
So like I've told you guys before, every time you put something together in a compressor, you turn it over, and I'm tightening this nut till I can turn the crank. You turn your machine over so you know if you got a bearing or a rod or something out of place, you know what the last thing you did locked it up. Now look at that. Isn't that sweet how that turns over so nice?
Super smooth.
It is nice and smooth, it turns over. So, folks, in previous episodes, we showed you the tear down, we showed you the putting the rings in, the ring gap, the rods, blah, 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 blah. Today, we put the cylinders on and we installed the rods onto the crank. And it's really simple work, but it's heavy work. You either need a big, strong friend like Scott and a cherry picker, or maybe a chain fall on a beam in your garage. But some of these things are just too heavy to manhandle because you'll ruin a gasket or you'll ruin your finger getting it pinched. Folks, we showed you everything today, including Bud making a mistake and the guru fixing it. Why do we leave our mistakes in? So you know that there are mistakes that can be made, and I made a mistake and hopefully you won't. Guys, we appreciate you. God bless you. hit like, subscribe. If you really appreciate me lots, do that super thanks thing in the 3 dots. You can send us a couple bucks, and all money sent to us goes towards our new camera fund. We've overcome a technical glitch we've been having with cameras, but we still want to go to 4K someday. Guys, I thank you. God bless you. Come back in 2 weeks. We're going to be putting valves together and doing more assembly on this 15T. God bless.